I am so happy to have this gentleman with us this morning. He is the executive director of Tri-County Head Start here in Waterloo, Iowa. Put your hands together, come on. He and I have had the opportunity to travel and attend fatherhood conferences across this country. His passion is men and fathers. In my opinion, he's exemplary. We had a chance to travel to South Carolina, and I had a chance to sit in one of his sessions. He's an author, he's a dad, he's a humanitarian, he is a proud member of Omega Psi-Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all can make some noise in the room if y'all want to. Come on, y'all all in here, amen. And then I did see former Mayor Quentin Hart. I gave him the right hand of fellowship last week. He back in church, amen. God bless you. I love him so much, amen. He back in the Lord's house. Dr. Robert Welch, in my opinion, you're going to be blessed. The message, I believe, is the weight of a name. I've watched him every day, how he moves and manages and how he pours into people. One of the things he shared with me, he said, versus going outside and getting someone to come in, listen closely, I would rather spend time pouring into an individual to build them up.
Yes, sir.
And I have watched him build people up. And so I'm excited to have him and his family. Would his family please stand? Come on, let the Welch family stand. Come on, God, put your hands together. Come on, you can do better than that, Antioch. There you go, there you go, there you go. Thank you so much. After the male course comes, the next voice that will grace this platform will be that of Dr. Robert Welch. Amen.
Amen. Good morning, Antioch. All right, before I do anything else, I'm going to do this a bit different than Pastor did this morning. I want all fathers to stay seated, And I want everyone else in this church to stand and give them an ovation. I think at some point in every man's life, they deserve an ovation. Pastor Daniel, thank you for having me here this morning. In full transparency, I originally told him an emphatic no. But I can't honestly do what I do and move how I move without speaking to everyone, no matter the platform. And I also have to say this. There are things that we like to call bucket lists, right? Things we want to do, things we want to see, places we want to go. I can also tell you in full transparency, being up here in the pulpit has never been on my bucket list. So I appreciate you for that, man. Yes, sir. But I'm not going to hold anybody because I don't do long-windedness. So Today we're here to celebrate fathers, grandfathers, stepdads, uncles, coaches, mentors, father figures. Every man who has stepped into the life of a child and made a difference. Father's Day is a day of celebration, but it's also a day of reflection. It's an opportunity to pause and think about one of the most important roles God can entrust in a man, Oh, excuse me. I know some of you may remember the first time or the second time or third or fourth time you became a father. Some of you remember it down to the detail, the time, the day, right? And some of you were just happy not to pass out in the delivery room. But that's okay. That's okay, right? And some of you may feel like, you know what? I didn't have it all together then. Hell, I'm still trying to figure it out now. And that's okay. That's okay. Because it's a marathon, not a race. The truth is fatherhood is arguably the only job in life, the only job in life where they hand you the responsibility and no instructions. And on your first day on the job, you become a manager, a supervisor, the boss on the same day. And the pay sucks. But somehow through prayer and grace, trial and error, and a whole lot of learning on the job, right? We do the best we can and we figure it out. But today, I'm not here to talk about perfect fathers. I'm not here to talk about famous fathers. I'm not even here to talk about the father. I don't want to talk about fatherhood horror stories. No. Today I want to talk about the weight of a name. Because there's something powerful about a child looking at a man and calling him one simple word. Dad. 3 letters, 1 syllable. No degree required, no certification, no formal training, no instruction manual. And yet, it is the single most important job many men will ever have. That word isn't important because of a title or because of the authority, not even because of the respect it may come with, but because of what a man does with that role has the power to shape, influence, empower, alter, build, and even destroy the life of another human being. Think about that for a moment. Of all the words in our English language, doctor, they save lives. Teacher, they educate. CEO, they lead. But none of them carry the weight of the word dad. Dad shapes souls. Every day, whether anyone realizes it or not, a dad is helping write the story his child will tell themselves about who they are, what they're worth, and what they can become. That's the weight of a name. That is the responsibility. That is the privilege. The truth is that every father in this room carries some weight. Some carry the weight of expectations. Some carry the weight of mistakes. Some carry the weight of trying to provide for their families. Heck, some even carry the weight of providing for other families. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Some even carry the weight of trying to provide for children that aren't even theirs. And then some carry the weight of telling children how to navigate a world that they themselves have never even experienced. That's the weight of a name. A dad is often the first voice his child listens to, the first hand they reach for, the first example they follow, the first hero they admire, and sometimes, the first heartbreak they experience. That is the weight of a name. When a dad speaks life into his child, that child then believes that they're capable. When a dad shows up, his child begins to believe they matter. When a dad listens, his child learns their voice has value. When a dad loves consistently, his child learns what love looks like. When a dad believes in his child before they believe in themselves, confidence begins to grow and courage begins to show. Years later, long after the toys are gone, long after the report cards have been forgotten, long after his child has become an adult, they still carry the echo of their dad's voice. Some people spend their entire lives trying to prove everything that I'm saying is wrong. But the truth is, children grow to spend their lives succeeding because a dad consistently showed up and told them they could. That is the weight of a name. Because a dad doesn't just help raise a child. A dad helps shape an identity. A dad helps answer the question every child is asking. Am I loved?
Yes.
Do I matter?
Yes.
Am I enough? Can I do this? And whether it's realized or not, a dad answers those questions every single day by how he shows up. 3 letters, 1 syllable. Dad. And there may be no name on earth that carries more weight in the life of a child. Again, whether he realizes it or not, every dad is a mirror. Children are constantly looking into the reflection of their dad to figure out who they are and how the world works. The question is not whether they're looking. The question is, what are they seeing?
That's good. That's good.
When they look at your patience, what do they see? When they look at your temper, what do they see? When they look at your faith, what do they see? When they look at your integrity, what do they see? When they look at your priorities, what do they see? Even when they look at your attendance, what do they see?
Wow. Wow.
Because children learn far more from what they model, from what we model, than from what we say. A dad can tell his children to be kind, but if they don't see kindness, they'll remember their reflection. A dad can tell his children to work hard, but if they don't see discipline, they'll remember the reflection. A dad can tell his children to love God, but if they don't see faith lived out, they'll remember the reflection.
Talking good, sir.
I'm trying, Doc.
Yes, sir.
But long before a child learns who God is, they learn who dad is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For many children, dad becomes the first reflection of authority, the first reflection of protection, the first reflection of strength, the first reflection of grace, the first reflection of love. That is the weight of a name. Because every day, a child is looking into the mirror of dad, and that reflection helps shape how they see themselves, how they see others, and how often how they see God. Every dad, every father figure, please stand. One of the greatest lies that we have come to believe is that we can provide enough. That what we do will be enough. We convince ourselves that working harder, earning more, and accumulating more things will somehow make up for the time we missed. I'm here to tell you right now, they lied to you. I've never heard an adult say, I wish my dad had spent more time at work. But I have heard many say, I wish he could have been around more. So today, I say to each of you standing, the reality is that children do not need perfection. They need presence. They need dads who show up, dads who listen, dads who sit in the stands, dads who come to recitals, dads who sit at the dinner table, dads who put down their phones, dads who pay attention. Children spell love differently than adults. Adults spell love M-O-N-E-Y. Children spell love T-I-M-E. Presence says, I see you. Presence says, I hear you. Presence says, you matter. And there is no substitute for that. And that's why the weight of a name, Dad, is so heavy. Because one day, your children won't remember every gift you brought. They won't remember every bill you paid. They won't remember every overtime shift you worked. They won't remember the make and model of the car you drove or the balance in your bank account. But they will remember how you made them feel. They will remember whether they could count on you. They will remember whether you showed up. They will remember whether the words you built tore them up, whether your words built them up or tore them down. They will remember whether your life matched what you said. And long after we're gone, the lessons we taught, the examples we set, the values we lived, and the love we gave will continue speaking through them. That is the weight of a name. Because being a dad is more than a title. It's more than biology. It's more than providing a paycheck. It's a calling. It's a stewardship. It's an influence. It's a legacy. You know how I feel about them legacies. So today, dads, if you're blessed enough to carry that name, carry it well. Wear it proudly. Honor it daily. Create your legacy now. Create your legacy now. So that you get to see it in action and not have someone tell it incorrectly after you're gone. Because there will come a day when your children forget some of the things that you did, but they will never forget who you were. Remember, there's no greater responsibility No greater privilege and no greater legacy a man can leave for his children than to look back and say, that was my dad. He wasn't perfect. He didn't have all the answers, but he showed up. He loved me. He believed in me. And because of him, I knew I mattered. That is the weight of a name. 3 letters, 1 syllable. Dad. Again, I want to say to all you gentlemen standing, happy Father's Day, and I hope that you get everything you asked for today. Y'all be blessed.